Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and it's time for another Breakfast with Blaha. And today I'm having lean ground beef, steamed vegetables. All right, I've been talking about bulking a lot lately. And I want to make it clear to people the reason I'm talking about bulking so much, even though I'm cutting, has to do with the fact that what I do in my coaching business carries over to this channel. Because the coaching is a larger endeavor, I spend maybe 30 minutes a day making videos. Okay? 30 minutes, 40 minutes, whatever of my day is spent making videos, not counting my training vlogs. The rest of my time is spent coaching. I have 26 lifters right now on my roster, 26. What I do every day as a coach carries over to this channel because when I get up and make a lot of these videos early in the morning, I don't pre-plan this. I get up and whatever's on my mind, even if I covered it last week, I cover it again today. Whatever's popping into my head, I sit down and make a video on. So how does that carry over? Well, apparently people aren't getting the memo out there, and all of these people like Greg Doucette, Ken O'Body, all these people are trying to convince these kids that they can stay really lean and they can make pure lean gains and stuff like that. They're telling them lies. It doesn't work. It doesn't work without the gear. Okay, it doesn't work. Best of luck to you. You're not going to make progress. And accordingly, that's who's applying. All right? 50% of my applicants in 2021, and it wasn't like this the year before or the year before that. 2019, I didn't have a bunch of novice lifters apply originally. I had a couple, especially not skinny ones. The original, if you guys remember the first Mike, right, who came up and admitted he was a client. He was my skinny novice in 2019. I think he was the only real one I had for any length of time. Right? It blew up this year as far as that goes. And I think at the moment I have like 7 of these kids. 7 of them. Who are skinny undereaters, who spent at least 6 months, if not more, lifting and making nearly zero progress. All right? We're making no progress. And I think the YouTube culture is driving that. All right? And if the YouTube culture is driving that, and this is who's applying, I clearly need to talk about it because it clearly is a big issue. And I get that. A lot of people are like, you know what, but shouldn't we be talking about cutting more? The average American is way overweight. Most people, when they start training, don't need to bulk. They need to cut. And I agree with that. That's true. That's actually true. That's a true statement. And a lot of you out there are going, but I'm in that situation. I don't need to be bulking. I'm fairly new to training. Yeah, but you're not the ones who are paying me to coach you. You guys are not the ones who are applying for coaching. I don't get any of those people. Okay, so let's go back and do the math. So if I'm as a coach, what I'm dealing with is a demographic. How many fat people who are novice lifters who need to lose body fat and then try to gain some muscle have applied to my coaching this year? Because I get a lot of comments and people are like, well, why aren't you catering more to that? Because you guys don't want coaching. So therefore, I don't fix your problems 7 days a week. I have 0 of you guys. None of you guys. None. So therefore, professionally, I don't fix your problem. It's not my job. I can. I've lost 100 pounds of fat before. I know how to fix it. I have clients who are cutting now. I have a couple of fat clients, longer term clients who are cutting right now. I have 2 different guys peaking for powerlifting meets who are cutting right now. But as far as that demographic, they're not applying for my coaching services at all. It's almost unheard of. I don't get fat novices applying for coaching. I can fix their problems easy enough, not that hard. What I get are skinny novices who do not eat. And if that's who's applying for coaching, this is where my mindset is as far as novice lifters. To me, if I go, instead of looking at what's out there in the comments, if I look at just who's coming in for clients, I would think there's not a single fat novice anywhere in the world. I don't get them. They don't submit applications to coaching. So that also, come back over to that other point, that also tells me there aren't many of those who are serious. Whereas in skinny guys are pretty serious about fixing their problem, clearly. But isn't that kind of the norm of society anyways? Most obese people aren't trying to fix their problem. They're not serious about it. They'll do a fad diet. They can give something that promises on the 30-day results. They'll try that. They won't do anything that's long term. And so, sorry guys, big chunk of meat. So maybe they're not worth addressing. I could take it from that perspective. They're usually not as serious. They're not serious enough to get coaching. Or maybe it's because I don't market myself as a fat loss expert. Maybe that's why. Maybe if I did market some of that more, or let me finish my cut and get a lot leaner, and then people will see, oh, he lost a bunch of body fat and he's lean now. Well, maybe I'll hire him for that. So maybe it's marketing on my end. It's my fault. But if I look at the situation, I just don't see many people in that situation who are really taking it seriously enough to get coaching. And I see a massive number of skinny undereaters. And again, I think it's a real issue. And it's, again, not uncommon to see that in the lifting world anyways, because what do most people do who do get serious, right? Most guys who are fat, they spend a bunch of time doing cardio, losing a bunch of weight, then they get skinny, and then now they're a skinny guy who needs to gain muscle. Well, they're right back into that category. Or if they're fatter, they just decide to get into powerlifting and not, or really heavy lifting, and they don't care, they're carrying some extra body fat, and I get those guys. Right? I do get those guys. I have those clients also. I don't know. So I don't talk about it as much. I probably need to. It would probably help expand to that demographic more, so I need to in the future. But so that people understand where I'm coming from, a great deal of my content comes out of what I do every day, what I do full time. And that tends to carry over. And right now, skinny kids bulking is a bigger demographic than my competitive powerlifters even. Right? It's a larger number of clients. I have 7 of those kids and I only have 4 powerlifters. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.